Hey everyone, welcome back to Blue Collar Whiskey Drinkers. I'm Cody,
I'm Robbie.
and on this episode, we're going to be reviewing Michter's Single Barrel Straight Rye. So that's what it looks like there. We've done a Michter's before with the American whiskey Michter's, so that one was really good.
Yeah.
Me and Robbie both never had this, and actually, this is a special episode because Robbie chose this for his birthday episode.
Yeah.
So pretty pumped, man. So happy
Well,
birthday, bro.
yeah, thank you. We were wanting to do another rye, and Michter's was really good. Cody and I were talking about it. The Michter's unblended American whiskey. Gosh, that one was one of our favorite whiskeys, and we don't talk about it enough, unfortunately. But it's a really good whiskey. So I've heard good things about the Michter's rye and even the bourbon. So those are two I really want to do, but I'm super excited to try this one tonight, honestly. And it was a toss up. What was the other one I really wanted to do?
Russell Rye.
Oh, the Russell, because the Russell 10-year was another phenomenal one. It's fresh in my brain.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I just went ahead and chose this one. And I even had the option between both. And I was like, I'll just do the Michter's. It's been a while. So
Yeah, I'm glad you chose the Michter's.
Yeah. But yeah, Michter's, I'll just touch on a few things from their website on this bottle. Reowned for rye, America's oldest whiskey variety since the earliest days of our history. We take the production of the Michters US1 Kentucky Straight Rye extremely seriously. Our Michters US1 Kentucky Straight Rye is made from select American rye grain that is sheared to maximize the extraction of flavor from the grain, ideal neat or in cocktails. Every bottle comes from a single barrel, a unique attribute reflecting our extraordinary commitment to offering Kentucky Straight Rye whiskey of the absolute highest quality at every level of the Michter's range. Michter's US Kentucky Straight Rye is also available with personalized Fort Nelson Select labeling at Michter's Fort Nelson Distillery. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, definitely got to check that out. In the future.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool facts. So a little bit about the Michter's bottle. Again, it is a rye. It's 42.4% alcohol, so 98.8 or 90 or 84.8. That's a weird number. It's an oddball number. So this bottle was about, what was it, about $45, give or take? Probably after taxes, sometimes probably 45 and higher, probably a little bit. But that's not a bad price. That's funny. It's all of them across the board are basically the same price. So all their normal releases, like their bourbon, the American whiskey we talked about, and the sour mash, which is another one we haven't done yet. I'd love to do. Those are all about the same price. So I'll go ahead and read a little bit from the back of the bottle. What category was this one again in, Robbie?
So this is in our 3.2 category, and looking at the other ryes we have in this category, this is going to be the only one at the 3.2 mark. We do have two that are close to it at a 3.3, and that's the Lead Slinger Fighting Spirit and High West Double Rye. So two very good ryes in this category.
Yeah.
Or close to this category.
Close enough. Yeah. So we can still compare them. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit from the back here. We are proud to offer you our single barrel straight rye whiskey in the Michter's tradition, hailing from one of America's first distilleries. This whiskey is made from the highest quality of American rye and matured in a hand-selected charred white oak barrel. It is then further mellowed by our signature filtration. So really not a lot on this.
No.
You know, it's bottled obviously by Michters Distilling, and it's in Kentucky, so Louisville, Kentucky. So
So something else about the bottle, it does have a batch number on them. They all do. My batch number is 20I2219. And what was yours again, Cody?
mine's 21F1857.
857.
So
Yeah, I couldn't find much on the batch number, but I know there's something behind it as far as I'm guessing the 20 is probably the year.
yeah, we'll have to maybe reach out to them and find out what exactly, if they give out that information, what that
Yeah.
actually means. Because High West had a similar kind of weird batch numbers on theirs, and they actually told us when we went to the distillery back about a year ago.
Which I would be September, so it'd be September of 2020, if that's what it is. So 2020 September. I don't know 2219 is though. So that would be the only hiccup in
if
the
the
rest
F
of it.
is maybe for February.
No, it would be May.
Okay.
No, A B C D E F. So June.
Yeah.
Because that's that's how High West does it. It doesn't put the letter of
That's
the
right.
month. It goes ABC for the month.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's right.
So
well,
yours, yeah, mine. I'm guessing that's what it is. That would make sense since High West kind of does it that way. And High West is a fairly new company, so they had to get it from someone.
Just a little comparison here. This is how dark Michter's is.
Oh yeah,
it's really dark. I have the
accident.
Accent Oak. The label covers it pretty well, but if I tip it upside down, you can see the difference.
Oh yeah,
color.
the Michter's is way darker.
Michter's is way darker than the Accent Oak, but you know, it's funny. These bottles are almost pretty close. Michter's is a little shorter, a little fatter, but I like Michter's like top better.
I will say I like the rustic look of the actual label.
Yeah,
I don't know the paper label on these. It's not good if you're going to be throwing it, say, in a cooler, but it looks good to me.
Yeah, it definitely looks good. I still like the Accent Oak like symbol, their logo.
Okay, so yes, I agree with that. It's just I feel like Accent Oak should have that more rustic look instead of that shiny pop. I don't know. That's just me.
I get what you're saying there for sure. What do we give Accent Oak? 3.5, 3.6 or something like that?
What
bottle score?
Oh gosh, we need to write those down. I think it was about a 3.5, 3.6.
Yeah. It may have been a little higher because I remember that was for the scotch we did the other day. Or
the scotch. I thought the scotch was like a 3.3 or 4, which Accent Oak is definitely a little bit better than the scotch bottle. Just primarily with the label.
I would say the Michter's probably just because I like the rest of the bottle and the bottle number. Well, they have a batch number. Actually, they have more detail on theirs, but as far as like the batch number and the bottle number.
No.
But I think I still would give this the edge, Michter's bottle. Just a slight edge. Very, very close on the bottle style. What do you think?
No, I'm in agreement with you. I just like that paper look to the bottle. It makes me think I'm drinking whiskey. The shiny of Accent Oak. I was looking at some wine bottles. It kind of reminds me of that. Like these newer wine bottles you see that have these cool designs. They're all shiny like that. So
sure. Ready to pour this?
Oh yeah.
I'll let it kind of sit in here for just a minute or so.
So you guys know, last night is when we opened up the bottle, so it's only been open for about 24 hours, a little bit more than 24 hours at this point.
Yeah, it hasn't had a long time being open.
Which that first open, I don't remember your reaction, but mine, it just smelled so good last night, just opening it up for the first time.
It has a lot of baking spice and baking, like baking bread.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a little spice. If you get your nose too deep, it gets you. It got me a little bit. Oof, yeah.
Yeah, spice definitely. It's definitely as a
get a little oak
like
to
a
it, little
fruit,
oak and vanilla.
Oak fruit has a good sweetness to it too.
It does have a good, yeah. The sweetness is pretty nice.
That one I really got the spice in the oak. Nice. Well, cheers.
All right, man. Cheers. Again, happy birthday.
Thanks, man. Wow. Okay.
Got a little heat right at the end there. Just a little bit. It is my first real drink tonight.
No, that's good. It almost doesn't, like, you could tell it's a rye, but in a way it almost doesn't taste like a rye. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, it has a lot of changes.
Yes.
In it. Has a little bit of heat, and it has a little bit of like this baking kind of.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
And then it has. I have to have another sip, but it has a weird, like kind of feeling in the mouth at the end.
Yeah, well, it's like from whenever, I don't know, the heat from it kind of, I guess it's the spice really sits on the back of your tongue. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Really good.
So much. I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of that. Like, just so much. A little bit of brown sugar, maybe a little bit of something, like a hint of it.
Yeah.
So, along with the baking.
Let's see. So for the nose.
Oh yeah, I didn't even read the nose at all.
Yeah. So the eyes, they say caramel, but the nose, oak, citrus, vanilla, candy, spice, copper, and a bit of dark fruit and sugar. So we picked out the oak, vanilla, definitely the spice, and then the palate is rye, spice, citrus, vanilla, oak, old candy, butterscotch, and a bit of Smarties and candy corn.
Maybe that's what the back end of that was the.
Oh wow. Super smooth with the water.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it as much. Like I like it is smoother. It dials down the heat a little.
It does lose some of its flavor with the water.
Yeah. Doesn't have as much of that finish.
I definitely, I'm going to say neat without the water droplets. I really enjoy that.
Yeah,
but the smell from the water droplets, or with the water droplets, is
it was. Yeah, I agree, because you get to smell a little bit more.
Yes.
It brings out definitely some more aroma and smell to it. Without that ethanol burn to the nose,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty good. Man, this is tough for me. I'll give it a 4.2. On neat. I enjoyed it. I think it's really good. Like for me, I got a lot of that baking spice, bread, kind of the rye,
Yeah.
and the vanilla, the oak and stuff. So I enjoyed it. It's a nice, I think it's a nice rye.
No, it's great. My only thing is, so we got I know they're not in the same category, but they're close enough. We got Lead Slinger and the Double Rye.
Yeah.
All within the same, they're definitely all within the same price range. It's just the alcohol percentage is higher on the other two.
Yeah.
Okay, I love the Double Rye. I think this is slightly better than that, but not as good as Fighting Spirit. Neat.
Yeah, that was a 4.2, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I was gonna say I think a 4.1 because that's right in the middle for these two, or between those two, because Double Rye is a 4 and Fighting Spirit's 4.2.
I would agree.
That's just what I'm
with that
thinking.
because I'm looking back at the Fighting Spirit. I do like that one more.
Yeah,
It's just
and
like
honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to going to a 4.2 because Fighting Spirit may be slightly higher than what we gave it. It's been a while, and maybe one of those whiskeys that kind of moves up as we get more rise and everything. So
yeah, I mean, I'm good. Let's leave it at 4.1. I think that's a good middle grounds for now, and yeah, I think it's good. I think 4.1 is solid, and it does have some more room because we don't have much in this category at all.
Oh yeah. Which put it down real quick. I will say this before we get to the on the rocks. I really hope it opens up like it did with the water droplets, but holds its flavor.
Yeah.
Because if it does, this will be a like honestly, it'll probably be one of the better
It'd be
ones.
Good. Yeah.
So
if it holds its flavor and doesn't fall off, it's going to be good. Well, let's you ready to go pour this in the ice?
Yeah, let's do this. We'll be right back with Michter's single barrel Kentucky Straight Rye whiskey on the rocks. All right, everybody. We're reviewing right now Michter's single barrel straight rye whiskey on the rocks. So
yeah, this is our on the rocks review. But what do you think? What about this smell, Robbie?
Honestly, it's just like the water droplets to me. It smells really good. Has that coolness factor though, because it's chill, so it's like cooling the nose, but it's smells very good.
It does smell very good. I think the smells are just a little fainter.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, they smell really good, and you get that cool feeling with the ice. It's nice.
Yeah. Well, hey, cheers.
Well, cheers, bro.
Okay. So it was it kind of did what we thought it was gonna do. It lost a lot of its flavor, unfortunately.
What in the hell happened there, dude? Wow.
Yeah, I lost a lot of the flavor.
Dude, that is a bummer drag.
So
oh, I don't like that one bit.
Yeah, it's like a different whiskey.
Completely. It tastes like, I don't know, but it makes it taste like dirty water. I don't know. It just tastes weird.
Yeah, you could tell it's watered down already. And I will say it is chewing up the ice.
It is chewing up the ice, but this has been in here barely. Like,
Yeah.
I came back up immediately.
So smells still good. That's the only saving factor for this, but
Oh,
not its best way, that's for sure. Definitely neat kicks its ass.
damn, dude. That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's a different whiskey.
It's a totally different whiskey. Like, I don't think we've ever on the show, I don't think we've ever had a drastic change like that.
Yeah,
Like, this
drastic.
is pretty drastic. And it's not just like it loses its flavor, it tastes bad.
Yeah, it's like the flavors aren't mixing well together once you add ice.
Man,
So
because the smell is pretty decent.
Smells still good. It's weird.
But yeah, dude. Oh man. Crazy. This is why we do this, people. Yeah. This is why we do this.
Phenomenal freaking neat. It's
right.
Great neat.
It's whiskey, a great, yeah. But, it's pretty dang good neat. For sure.
On the rocks. Not your best way. That's for sure. Unfortunate.
Oh.
I'm gonna have
trouble with that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down or sip on it a little bit longer. But man, have you seen the Gray Man yet?
No, but yeah, we're gonna talk about Terminal List because we haven't even talked about it yet.
Oh, that's right.
So that's what we're gonna get into here.
If all of you finally finished it.
For any of you that haven't seen it, spoiler alert, don't watch anything for the next 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever. Because we're going to talk about some details of that. That's just what we do. We like to talk about shows, different movies, why we do our whiskey tasting. We have a fun time, and so fucking phenomenal show.
Oh, great.
Probably for me, the best show I've watched all year, hands down.
I would definitely say the best show I've watched in the past few years.
For sure, in the last year. For me, for sure.
And hold on, I'm not counting Vikings because I started Vikings way back when. I'm not even counting starting Vikings because it isn't.
Yeah.
But in the past few years, anything new, this definitely kicks the shit out of it. It is that good.
It's really, really good. If you haven't seen it, to spend some time and watch it.
Argue with me all you want, but I think this is Chris Pratt's best role he's done. And I love Chris Pratt. He's a phenomenal actor. I love him in everything he's in.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I agree with that.
This movie I think it showed his depth more than anything.
He had to get through.
I was going to say you get the funny parts of him, you get the very, very serious, and then you get that holy crap, I don't know what the hell is going on part of him, and he doesn't even know what's going on, and it's believable. It's like he's starting to question things, and it's wow, great.
Yeah. So, what was your favorite part in that show?
It was probably, even though it was the saddest part because you didn't know what was going on, was the whole point when he's in the hospital getting the scan. He fights his way out of it. And even during that whole scene, spoiler alert, everybody, I thought maybe he was fighting like the doctors and he was like having a, PTSD moment. And it was going to reveal that he was actually fighting people at the hospital that were trying to help him.
Exactly. And that's because he's losing, he has
concussion, a severe concussion.
And his brain has a tumor, right?
Yeah.
So spoiler alert, that's a big thing of the show. But the whole show is it's so good the way they wrote it everything makes like it's really like in the beginning, the first few episodes, you're like, dude, you're questioning reality because you think he's kind of crazy because the kind of shit he's doing and the way they filmed it make him look crazy.
Yeah.
And so just really really well written, but the action, the way he just slays people. I mean, you know what I really love? The one where he slays that one guy that actually killed his family. The he goes into Mexico and then just
wrecks them all.
Wrecks them all. Yeah.
Fucking goes Punisher on them.
Yeah. And then even the one thing I was a little disappointed was the wussy guy that was laying on his back on the stairs, didn't even fight back. Oh my god, dude.
Gosh, what's his name?
The guy who thought he was like a badass.
Yeah, Jai Courtney from Spartacus.
He was a wannabe soldier.
I will say that was probably my only disappointment in the whole show was that, and I still give the show a 10 out of 10. Was that part? I was like hoping for him. I get it. They were showing, oh, he's a wannabe, he's fake, he's not gonna nut up and fucking step up to the fucking plate, and when the
in a real scenario,
when the shit starts to fly. And
you can't just practice that. Like, you gotta go through the real life shit.
Oh, I get that, and I was just kind of hoping there may have been some kind of fight between the two, but he just fucking ends them so quick.
Yeah, it was actually great. I mean, really.
So one of my favorite parts, and it came after, I don't even know if you know this. So the writer who created the series, The Terminalist, who wrote the book and everything, he was even helping out with the show. The scene where he backs up the car into the other car and gets out and opens fire, that's the creator of the whole universe. So the creator gets killed by the main character that he created, which
I think I saw that on like
I think I sent it to you actually. So shout out to the creator. I'm sorry I'm spacing on your name. Fucking great books, great show. Thank you for your service. He, served our country and made this awesome series. This is going to be a series for Amazon, and I'm excited for the next seasons.
There's going to be more than one season?
Yeah.
Because
there's like 3 books.
I thought he was kind of like going off into the sunset and was done. Yeah. I don't know.
You'll see.
We'll see, I guess. That's why me and Kelsey actually had this conversation. I was like, they didn't show him. You know what? I kind of predicted his brother was on the list.
Dude,
which kind of bummed me out, really, because I really like that actor too.
Oh, I know.
I forgot his name, but I've seen him. He's in John Carter. You ever see that?
Well, he's in John Carter. He plays Murph in Lone Survivor. Murphy. Got him here. Taylor, whatever.
Yeah, but Tish. I liked him, man. I was bummed. I was like, God damn it. But you know what? It doesn't actually show him kill him.
No, and that's the thing.
It showed him kill every single person but him.
Yeah. So, and that's a rule in any kind of in Hollywood. If you don't see the death happen on screen,
they're not dead.
They're most likely not dead. Because, point example, fresh in everybody's brain, another spoiler alert, Stranger Things, this past season, the Doctor comes back. And the last time we saw the Doctor was season 1, where he gets fucking jumped by the Demogorgon, and everybody assumed he died because it didn't show him dying. It just kind of panned up and went away. But then
I forgot that until you told me that too. Great show. If it's going to be a series, which I hope it is, I loved it. That would be wonderful if they do make this into a nice long, like couple 3 seasons or whatever. Would be wonderful because I enjoyed it very much. So
Sorry. Jack Carr is his name.
oh, for the producer.
Writer. Yeah, he's
Writer.
Author. He was a Navy SEAL sniper. So fucking shout out to that guy. Badass all around. And
Yeah.
one hell of a writer. Like this, it got me hooked the first like probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was so funny, man, when you were telling me about it the first, like when you first started watching, I was like,
oh, I finished it the weekend it started or it came out.
You were like, oh my God, dude, I watched this. It was like, you watched the first episode or whatever. And we were like getting on to play games or whatever after our last podcast. And,
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, you gotta watch this. So good. Amazing. And you're like, I'm going to watch probably this episode again. I love it. And then I just was like, okay, well, it's really fun. I'm going to watch it. So I watched it.
Yeah.
Kelsey loved it. So.
Definitely great show, everybody. If you're just now coming back, we just got done talking about The Terminalist. Go check it out. It is a great show. Yeah. If you're more of a reader, it is based off a book by Jack Carr. He was a Navy SEAL sniper. So definitely go check it out. Well, gosh, it's hard to follow up The Terminalist to go back to a whiskey review. Honestly, it's like, damn.
Yeah. Well, bad whiskey review right now.
It's so unfortunate. So you guys know, we're reviewing it on the rocks. Michter's Straight Rye whiskey here. 4.1 neat, phenomenal neat. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, Kelsey enjoyed it too. She tried it downstairs
on the rocks.
She did. She pinpointed the notes pretty well.
I bet. That's what I'm saying. She needs to just come on, and she could stand off camera if she doesn't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm at like a 3.1, 3.2. It's just.
Oh man, I'm way down there.
Yeah.
I'm at like a 2.
At a 2.
I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it one bit, man. I would never drink this again. I don't even know the last time I've had a whiskey on the ice like this, and I didn't like it so much. It's been that long. So.
Yeah, man, I don't mind going lower. I didn't know how low you were going to go. I was like, this is bad.
It's really bad.
So I don't mind.
I'm literally at a 2. Like,
you're at a 2.
Yeah.
2.5 middle of the road, and
I'm hard pressed to do that, dude.
I almost.
I don't know how you can get worse than that. Like, I really don't know how I can get worse than that. I guess if I gag, then it's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I almost say we do just meet at the 2.5. That's middle of the road. There's gonna be a lot more whiskeys coming down this, or rye whiskeys.
So you gave it a 3.
3.2.
3.2. Okay,
so yeah.
2.5. Okay.
I don't even oppose going down lower, but I'm trying to think of, we got more whiskeys in this category, everybody, and this may be one of the better ones at the middle of the road. It may be the middle of the road whiskey. We don't know yet, or it could be a 2 or even a 1. We don't know. It's but
I think this is going to be a good cocktail rye. So I think the cocktails, it will bounce back a little.
Yeah, but coming back from a 2.5, man, that's a killer.
It is for the overall, but I mean,
overall,
everybody you could still look at the scores and look at this whiskey for
look at the individual scores.
Yeah,
look at those for sure.
The blue collar overall score is going to be hit by this, because that is one of the ways that we like to drink our whiskey, and that's unfortunate, but it's all good. I think it's going to make a comeback. Let's.
I think it will. I'm going to predict it's going to make a phenomenal whiskey and Coke, and probably a pretty damn good old fashioned. I think it's gonna
Yeah.
be surprising as long as the flavors hold together. That's my only thing. So
It can't hold up in ice. But hey,
yeah, but
you know what else? You know what else couldn't hold up in ice? Four Roses, the cheap bottle,
yes,
the yellow or whatever.
and that was one of our best cocktail whiskeys.
But it wasn't that great in ice because it was watered down.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. It wasn't like this, but
no. But see, the other thing was with that, it wasn't. It was middle of the road. It was good and neat, but not the best.
Yeah,
fell off on the rocks, and then it's one of my go-to cocktail whiskeys, especially for the price.
Yeah, for budget cocktail whiskeys, that is probably one of our better ones for sure. They could beat out higher bottles all day.
Oh, absolutely.
So well, let's go ahead. Let's get to our Coke review.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, so we're back with our Michters Rye whiskey here on Coke. So we're doing the review here for the Coke of this rye. So
yeah.
What do you think, Robbie?
I think it's going to be another one of those like Four Roses cocktail type whiskey, as far as it was really good, neat, and we just reviewed it a little bit ago on the rocks, and that wasn't so good, but neat was phenomenal. Not so good. I think this may hopefully help balance it out a little bit more, come back on the cocktail side of things with this Coke. And
yeah, I'm hoping it comes back here on this rye and Coke.
Okay,
which is kind of weird, but it smells real sweet.
That's actually one of the better smelling whiskey and Cokes. Like,
the only thing I worry though, when I was pouring it, I didn't get a real good like bubble froth like I normally
see,
get.
I was gonna ask you if you did, because I did. Like, mine's still frothy all the way around.
I mean, I got frothy, but like, I don't know. It was like not like as much as like, I don't know. It didn't like foam a lot. It just kind of frothed a little bit and then stayed at the level. So I don't, but
hey, cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Okay. Definitely a lot better than on the rocks. You don't think so?
No, yeah, it's better than the rocks for sure. I would drink pretty much anything over that. But this is flat.
No. You're getting flat. I'm not getting flat on mine.
I don't know. Not like, it's not overwhelmingly carbonated on that. Didn't keep it, lost a little bit of carbonation for sure.
Oh, maybe like a little bit, but not enough to change it.
It's got a good flavor. I mean, I like the flavor.
That's a really good. Honestly, I love the
flavor's good.
We may be on opposite spectrums. I'll be honest. I still think the preferred way is neat right now, but this definitely jumped back up big time.
Yeah.
On the rocks was just.
It's way better than 2.5.
Oh.
So I mean,
on the rocks was just a disappointment. I think
100%.
It was a complete different whiskey. Like, we were here neat. Like, it was like, oh, this is one of our better rye whiskeys neat. And then it just completely fell off. And
which is crazy.
I definitely
we talked about it. Like, we've never had a whiskey fall off, period, like that. Not like that.
No,
I mean,
like that.
Even Kelsey, I went downstairs. I was like, "What do you think this got on the rocks?" She was like, "She did nail like what we scored." She was like, "You guys probably gave it like a 4.2 or 3 neat." And I was like, "Well, we gave it a 4.1." I was like, "What do you think we gave it on the rocks?" She was like, "Well, when I put the water droplets it wasn't as good. She was right, it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "You guys probably gave it like a 3.8." And I was like, "No, it was
Not even
way
close.
worse."
Yeah. It-
She was really like, wow. She didn't really. Yeah, but this is way better. This Coke and rye right here for the Michters. Kind of feel bad putting in a Coke, but it's still it's pretty good. I wouldn't do this. I would do the neat over this just because the Coke in this is just kind of, it's good, but I've had better without, the price of this. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
What do you got for the review?
I don't know yet. As I
I
was
guess I'm
sipping
gonna
on
go
it,
first, huh?
no, yeah, oh yeah, it is you first.
Yeah.
Um, since you're gonna
It's
review
it's a big jump. Um, I'm gonna go to a 3.8.
Okay. I had a feeling that's where you were at with this. I went ahead and went with the 4. I like it.
Yeah.
So 3.9
Yeah, 3.9.
all day.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's
Big
not.
jump though.
Oh yeah,
Compared to the rocks. It's just like
that rocks,
huge
man.
jump.
Wow.
Oh, but this Michter's, yeah, I'm gonna be drinking it neat so far, even with the Coke. As much as I do like it with Coke, and like you did say it, I kind of hated mixing it. But what whiskey was
Because you got fucking Legion you can drink all day for
oh yeah.
$37, and it's like
Or
way
even
better.
I would even go grab a Four Roses over this. Four Roses
And Coke, yeah. Four Roses and Coke was good.
Four Roses is just phenomenal. So, but
Speaking of them, we gotta do their other ones.
well, we did do, was it the single barrel or the small batch? The small batch.
Small batch.
That was while we were getting started and before we released any episodes. So I would love to do that one again.
We lost that episode too.
Oh,
They,
that's
didn't
right.
say.
Yeah, but I do remember that because of Four Roses, just the generic, is pretty good, especially in cocktails. And we knew that at that time before we even reviewed it. I remember, and I think it'd be an exciting episode to re-review it, go back to it. I remember it was a slight disappointment in comparison.
We definitely are going to have to go back and review that one. Let's do that before the end of the year. If you guys would like, everybody would like us to review that, please let us know. It's about a $35 bottle. So it's kind of, I think it's in the category just below Legion. Maybe, I forget, but maybe just below, or it might be in the same category. I don't know, but it's close. It's real close if it is.
So yeah, the small batch, price is actually, it's all going to be the same.
What was the price on it?
35.
35, and then
45%. So it's in
so
the
it
same
is.
category.
It's in the same category. Okay, so it's at the very low end of the category.
It's settled. We're going to be doing Four Roses before the end of the year. Yeah, well, so whenever we do the old-fashioned review, we'll talk about it at the end of that. And if you're listening to the podcast, it'll be at the end of the episode. We'll discuss our next few whiskeys we're going to be doing. Actually, we have
we're excited.
We actually have a decent plan coming up.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a list. We kind of we're like, damn, we need to, actually, strategize here a little bit and come up with a list.
I do got to say though, this is the first time in probably the past 4 or 5 months that we went back to our old habits of taking the whiskey a couple days before.
Yeah, exactly.
We were doing really well picking it the week prior. We were opening up bottles a full week before sometimes.
Yeah, you know,
So
I'm getting close to the wedding time and things are getting stressful, we're trying to get things done, so I'm having less time to kind of even focus on anything else, but
yeah,
with work full time and then the wedding stuff I'm doing,
well,
uh getting that ready. It's
we will have a surprise whiskey review whenever I'm out there for the wedding. We're gonna do one together
Yep,
again. That'll be
yep,
the first one since first episode, really.
yeah. So overall, Coke and this Michter's single barrel rye, 3.9 to finish out this score and review for the blue
Yep.
collar whiskey drinkers. So let us know what you think, please, in the comments below. Let us know. Got anything else, bro?
No, we'll catch our next little episode on the old fashioned review for the Michter's single barrel straight rye whiskey.
Yeah, so check that out. All righty.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our Michter's single barrel straight rye whiskey review. We are doing the old fashioned on this episode. Here it is here. I'll be honest,
It's got a great color.
great color. Looks like it's honestly not too far off from the actual bottle.
Smells good.
I haven't even smelled it. Oh wow.
Smells really good.
Oh yeah, that smells.
But it's tricked us before.
Yes, it has. So, if you're just coming into this, I recommend go and check out the other episodes. The reasons why we gave each of these different ways to drink this whiskey, the scores we did.
Yeah.
Please go check those out. But just a little refresher if you are coming back, 4.1 neat, 2.5 on the rocks, fell off big time. And then 3.9 with Coke, came back. It's on the verge of being like another cocktail type whiskey-esque.
Yeah.
But right now, neat is the way to drink it.
So, yeah, neat for Michter so far is the way to drink it, but we'll see after
about
this.
to find out. Cheers.
Oh, cheers, bro.
Okay.
It's good.
What's wrong with it?
The whiskey doesn't come through as much as it should. What do you think? I feel like it comes through, but like not enough. Like it's good. It's got a good flavor profile, I think. I just don't know. Get a lot of sweet from the simples.
Simple? Really? Yeah, see, I'm not getting any sweet on mine. I definitely taste the bitters, but I definitely taste the whiskey too.
No, it's really good though. It is actually really good.
I'll be honest, I'm trying to think if I made it wrong because I'm not getting any sweet. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's got a good like.
Hold on, sorry. I shouldn't say any sweet, but not like overpowering or a lot of sweet. It's
I think it's
strictly
just
whiskey and bitters are the two things I get the most out of here.
Yeah, I just think I'm like the last thing we reviewed in old fashioned. It's such a difference. We did a Scotch for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Lot more peaty and smoky kind of in that than this.
Yeah.
So like I think there's just a change of I haven't had an old fashioned since that day, a couple weeks ago or a week ago or whatever. So
Same.
it's just kind of sweet to me, but it might just be that initial taste I had right off the bat. Like the second sip was a little less and it's better.
Yeah. I was just, yeah, that Scotch old fashioned was the last old fashioned I had. I didn't even do,
Dude, you know,
I got Legion and I didn't make an old fashioned.
dude, I get a little bit of bubble gum. Just like feel like really feel the middle of that taste. Like it's kind of like just a hint. Like it's there for like a split second. I don't know what it is. I just get a little bit of bubble gum. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm not getting that.
It might just be me. Just might be me.
Yeah,
But
I'm not getting that, but it,
I got a good orange, really, really good orange on mine.
it's
So
definitely good. I will say this: it's not a 1776 rye. Not even it's not even in the same category at that point, but it's good. Just kind of
yeah, I like this stuff. I do like it. I do enjoy.
I would, I'll wait a little bit whenever I get my review and come up with my thoughts here, but I do enjoy it. I was trying to pinpoint the sweetness for so long. I get the sweet, but it wasn't like a lot for me anyway.
Gotcha.
Ooh. I think as it sits, this is weird because as it sit on the rocks, it got worse. But as it's sitting right now, it's getting
Yeah,
better.
it's been getting better. Yeah, I agree with that. It like the more I've been drinking it,
Yeah,
it's been getting better to me as well.
I could almost get that bubblegum taste.
Just a little bit. It's kind of a faint, little
Yeah,
weird. It's good though.
it's a sweetness. Now, I'll be honest. Yeah, the sweetness is coming through. It may have been the few minutes that yours was made before mine.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, that because I was sitting just for everybody. I was sitting a little bit. Mine was done a little bit before his. So that yeah. See,
Yeah, no, I'm getting that sweet. Like it's not an overpowering sweet, but I get that bubblegum esque. It's
Mhm. It's
it
weird.
actually pinpoints it because it is. Damn,
Yeah.
that actually bumps it up a little bit for me.
No, I like it. I like it. At the very beginning, it was like real sweet to me, and then like now that it's been sitting, it's like that bubblegum esque, like weird kind of split second comes through, and it's just a good feeling.
See, and for me though, it was kind of opposite. I wasn't getting the bubble gum. I was getting whiskey, bitters. I was getting spice. I was getting all this stuff. But now since it's set, I'm getting that bubble gum.
Yeah, but it makes sense though because mine was a little older than yours. It was sitting here a little longer. So, makes sense. Pretty good. Pretty good. What are you thinking here, bud?
You know, just everything we were just discussing. I was just looking back because, like we said at the beginning, Lead Slinger and Double Rye are the two closest to
Yeah.
this category as far as this goes. I'm stuck at a 4.3 to 4.2. It's like right there. I want to go 4.3, but it just may be down just a little bit at that 4.2. So I do like it better than if I was going to compare the two neat, but I still enjoy neat. Like I'm going to pour this probably all week neat.
I'll make it easy for you. I gave it 4.3.
Okay.
I like that. The unique bubble gum. I never
Honestly,
had that. So
if I got that if mine was a little bit older like yours, if I got it sooner, because time I got it, it was almost gone for me.
yeah, yeah,
Not almost gone, but closer. And because I was chasing I was trying to figure out what you were tasting. So I kept sipping it, sipping it, sipping it to
yeah.
figure it out. But that bubblegum esque definitely bumped it up in my book. And I was like, and I chased it. Once I hit that, I was like, I want more. It was pretty good. So
Yeah, 4.3, I
um,
think, for us. It's a good one. You're
no,
right there on the cusp, and I feel 4.3 is good. So that's cool. That's a pretty good score. Um, as far as the old fashions go, the only one that's probably higher than that in our rye is the 1776 thing.
yes.
So that's pretty good. So good job, Michters. Got a good score on the rye old fashioned. And neat was good. Coke was decent, but I wouldn't recommend that. I definitely would not recommend doing this whiskey in ice, but I do recommend trying it just because we
Agreed.
recommend trying everything, because your opinion may differ from ours, and that's okay. You may enjoy it. We did not on the ice. So what are we sitting here, man, overall?
3.7 is right.
All right, so the overall score, everybody, for the Michter single barrel rye is a 3.7. And really what knocked it down, again, I repeat, was the only major, I mean, seriously major hiccup was on the ice. So we scored that at 2.5. And if
Yeah.
that, I mean, it dropped off really hard on that one. Most of any whiskey we've done. But the other three ways, neat was really good. I would drink this neat anytime. It's really good.
Yeah.
Even with Coke, it is good. There's better, whiskeys for the money, but it's still decent. 3.9, so not bad. But the old fashioned is really good with this one. It has some unique flavors like that bubble gum we talked about.
Yeah.
You get after it sits a little bit, that old fashioned, and you start to get that little hint of bubble gum, which was kind of unique and kind of nice. 4.3, which really so far for our rise is a really good score. So 3.7 overall is just the overall combining of those, obviously. So it's still a really good whiskey, just that one area, it's just not, in our opinion, the greatest. It's like middle of the road, because 2.5
Middle of
is
the road at best.
middle at best of the road. I mean,
which
I was hard pressed to give it that, but
yeah, I could see where you're coming from on that, but it's like this is our first one in the category.
Yeah,
we
I agree.
don't know what the other ryes in this category have in store for us as far as this goes, because we could get 10 more in this category and they could be just worse.
We get some bad ones.
But I just went ahead and did the score, or looked at the score without that, and it's a 4.1 whiskey, which I would agree with if it wasn't for and I'm like, because looking at the 3.7, I'm like, damn, every other way I enjoy drinking except for the ice.
Yeah.
So Cody nailed it on the head there with everything he said, but I thought I'd throw that 4.1 out there without the rock on the rocks.
Yeah, that's a good thing there. I mean, I like that you checked that out. Yeah, without that, like Robbie said, it is. I mean, I had 4.1. it's a group, in the other ways, it's a good whiskey. It's really good. Um,
I would say it's on the verge of being that cocktail whiskey like we talked about it being.
yeah,
If it was a slightly better on Coke, where it was better than it was on neat, it would definitely, I would put it in that cocktail whiskey category.
yeah,
Um, but old fashioned, I think it's an old fashioned whiskey and a neat whiskey. Those are the two best ways. It is not bad with Coke, but if I'm spending $45, I'm most likely not going to mix it with Coke.
yeah,
It would be once in a blue moon kind of deal.
yeah. I agree with that.
So, but I would drink it again in Coke. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But
I would agree with that. I would put it
I'm just not going to go out of my way. If I buy, when I buy this again, it's definitely going to be neat old fashioned.
like you're saying, like if I don't have, you know, some other whiskeys
Legent,
on the shelf.
Four Roses.
Yeah, if I don't have some of those whiskeys on the shelf and this was there and I just felt like having whiskey and Coke, for whatever reason, I would go to that.
Something I went back and looked at is the Michter's American whiskey.
Mm,
4.2 neat. So it's right there pretty close to each other.
okay.
On the rocks, it fell off, but it was a 3.8. Old fashioned 4.2. And then the specialty cocktail 4.0. But that one we gave a 4.1. We need to do the Coke review on that. Which I enjoy that whiskey neat. That's probably one of the better ones neat, and I could almost see moving up. That is our only American whiskey right now. It's unblended in this category, so I could almost see that one moving up. So
Yeah,
I'd throw that out there. It's in the same
yeah, I like that.
category and everything. Pretty similar scores on neat and even old fashioned. They're right there neck and neck.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
it's just funny it did fall off on the rocks. So
Yeah.
it may be Michter's. We'll see with the bourbon and the sour mash how it stacks up.
Well,
It just
I
may
know
not be
I'm
a
going to tell
whiskey
you
on the rocks.
the bourbon's better than both of these.
Really?
In my opinion, the bourbon's better than both the ones we've had.
Okay.
So I might be wrong, but
Bold
I
statement,
really
Con.
enjoy the bourbon. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to do that one.
Yeah, I need to do the bourbon. I'm 90% sure I haven't had it. Definitely the American I love going to get. I haven't gotten it in a while, but I do love that whiskey.
Yeah, that one I remember you raving about it when we got it on, and it was a really good one. So,
And honestly, up until that point with Cody, only way I had that one was neat. So
yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, guys, we promise to tell you next couple episodes, next few. You want to do the honors on the next one?
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the verses. I know those are kind of popular. So we're gonna get back to doing the verses. We're gonna be doing this time. We're gonna switch it up a bit. We're gonna go Canadian. So those of you that like Canadian whiskey, Crown Royal is huge. Maybe not to the bourbon lovers, but Crown Royal is a huge company.
It's
I've been drinking.
definitely
That's
whiskey
my
that got us started.
Yeah. That's my staple of where that's what my dad drank. That's kind of what got me into whiskey in general, and that's kind of my staple where I started. So kind of a cool thing to go back to. And then you got the Pendleton. So we got Crown Royal versus Pendleton, which are both Canadians. So Canadian
Yeah.
whiskeys. So we're gonna do those, and they're the same price, same proof, same category. So it's gonna be perfect. I'm excited,
Yep.
really.
So, and I don't even know if you remember, but we did do Crown Royal as a test.
We did,
but
and that
we're
was a
gonna
long time ago.
actually, we're not even gonna think about that stuff.
I don't even have any of that stuff. So
Yeah, I do know this, and we've known this for a decade now plus.
Crown and Coke is
Crown and Coke is phenomenal.
phenomenal.
So, but I'm excited to do Pendleton.
But dude, your opinion may have changed with Crown and Coke.
Yeah, no, it definitely may have.
Because like when I kind of had it recently where I had, not recently, but like where I had Legit and then I had that kind of not too far spaced. And I was like, it's way better.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. But I still think it's going to be a pretty high scoring Crown and Coke.
No, I think so. Especially, we got to keep in mind the price point. The closest thing we're going to have to it is 4 Roses. But
that is true. So that is those are we're gonna have to throw them kind of at each other.
Yeah. I will definitely bring it up, but at the same time, Canadian whiskey versus a bourbon.
Yeah,
I'm just I will compare it to the Coke, but I'm just gonna try to separate it the best I can. I'll be honest right now.
So have you ever had Pendleton?
Nope.
Okay, Pendleton's pretty good. I'm actually concerned that Pendleton might be better. We'll see.
Okay. So that will be our next episode. Will be those next couple episodes. It will be those.
So it's a 2-parter, like always. We'll do
for the full length podcast for individual reviews. It'll be like this. After that, so we got 2 things. First, we'll be doing another versus, and it's going to be 2 ryes. We don't know which 2 yet, but we're going to be looking at
pretty good idea.
Yeah, we have a good idea, but 2 ryes. We're trying to build up the rye category just a little bit. Like we've done 2 now. We're going to add the next 2. There'll be 4 more in this category. So we're building that one up slowly. Because bourbon, gosh dang, once we put everything in a spreadsheet where we're like, holy crap, all we've done is bourbon pretty much. That's the bulk of what we have, which is understandable. But we were like, okay, we need to get some things here, like Scotch. It's just so happened we were able to do a Scotch at the end of the booklet and for our 40th episode. So that worked out good. But obviously bourbon is just that it's so readily available for us and easy to get that obviously we're going to be getting a lot of those and reviewing a lot of those. And I think that's what a lot of people like anyways, is bourbons.
Well, yeah. And we personally, that's probably our favorite. I mean, I know I enjoy bourbon, but I also enjoy ryes. So it's a toss-up for me.
I will say I think I enjoy the ryes a little bit more. I do like the spice, but not in the summertime. There's some, like a lot of the ryes I like.
Good point.
I'm picking them up in the fall, winter, spring, early spring, before it gets too hot.
That's a good point.
And even with the scotches,
ryes are better in the cold.
Same thing with the scotches. I feel like they're better in the cold.
Yeah, they are.
Irish whiskeys.
I mean,
I love Irish whiskeys.
The average temperature in Scotland is probably
75, 80 degrees.
No, 60, 65.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say that's probably their average temperature there. When I was there, I think when I was there in the middle of spring.
Yeah.
I don't think it got above 65 ever. When I was there. It was nice. Don't get me wrong, it was like sunny, but it was still cold, like chilly. Like when it got to the night, it was like chilly. It might get a
Yeah.
little, I mean, I think the best weather they get is probably like 78 is probably the highest. Shit.
So you nailed it pretty much. So average winter temperatures range from 34 to 45 degrees, and then average summer 52 to 66 degrees. So
Yeah, dude.
yeah, so you're in the really not a big fluctuation of temperature though. That's
No,
nice.
yeah,
I love
it's
that.
pretty all year round. It's nice. Like
Yeah.
once we started getting acclimated, I enjoy that weather.
I would love that. That's probably why I like everything at like 66 degrees, 65 degrees in my house, you know.
Dude, I was pretty happy in that weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also really want to do another listener's choice episode. We've
Ooh,
done one.
yes.
We've done one, which was really awesome. It was Ezra Brooks, listener, uh, chose that one or
It
sent us a
was
request, and that was one of the ones we chose out of all the people that sent us requests. Um,
it was a
and
surprise too.
yeah, that was a surprise. That was a great one. A really on the rocks. That was a really good budget on the rocks whiskey, which was cool. So please, if you're listening, send us if you got a whiskey that you love that we haven't done on the podcast. Send it our way, and that way we can put it up against some of the other people that have sent us their choice for whiskeys for us to review, because we really
Yeah.
like doing those episodes with our listeners. So please
And I will say this, if you want to send us even two where say one's your go-to and one's your favorite, let us know that. Because I know there's like I got my
there is a
favorite.
difference. Yeah,
I got my favorite, but there's gonna be my go-to.
there's like go-to budget, the one the
Yeah.
daily, the one you got to drink like most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definitely do both of those, and we'll be looking at all those and we'll figure it all out. But that's a good one. I forgot that we even wanted to do another one of those. We were so caught up in trying to get the verses in, and then
Yeah,
we're
I just
like,
thought
oh,
of it and I was like, man, that was so much fun. So
yeah.
really want to do that again.
So
But everybody, great review for the Michters Rye. Again, Robbie's birthday episode. So, good
Yep.
choice, man. This is a good one. And again, everybody, cheers, good vibes.
Yeah.